This is the 50th anniversary of Singapore's independence, and if you go back the colonial period, then the founding of Singapore by Raffles in 1819. Now with archaeology, we can even go back much earlier. History provides you a perspective with which to approach the future, because after all, history is about lessons learned. So history is not just about facts. It allows reflections. It allows a sense of engagement with the past. After years of archaeological excavations, we are now very sure that Singapore at that time, or this island, was not just an island with a few people, but instead was connected to a large trading system. This map gives you the first impression that Singapore is a center of a world, connected by shipping and trade. And the boats from the Malay-Indonesian archipelago coming to Singapore to trade, and from Europe, before the Suez Canal was opened, they had to come all the way down the Cape of Good Hope, the Indian Ocean, and then through the Straits of Malacca to Singapore. So the little red dot, yes, but we are in the center of a world of shipping and trade.
Archaeology, by definition, is the study of objects from the ancient past. Archaeologists, of course, look at the past. Historians look at the past too. So there are a lot of people who study the past. So what differentiates us from other disciplines like history? We look at objects. We look at artifacts. And most people will when you mention the word archaeology, conjures up the image of digging, excavating, digging up the soil and looking for lost things. There's very little information about ancient Singapore, so why ain't people studying it? And so for my case, it becomes more of a mission that it's okay, we should find out a bit more about the place that I grew up in. It's the quest of searching who we are, who our ancestors were, who were the people that stood on the same ground that I was, and what happened to ancient Singapura or Temasek. So these items are from the Eden Park battlefield. We conducted the battlefield archaeology investigation. Very interesting. I mean, to imagine that the Second World War only happened about 70 years ago, and these are the actual materials that came out from the ground. Well, one thing archaeology can do is not just to serve as provide evidence for historical events, but also to provide another dimension to how the battle was fought. We know that a battle was fought at this location in Eden Park off Bukit Timah Road. But maybe what we don't know is how the individual soldiers themselves entrenched and which direction were the Japanese coming from. So from all these little clues, we can try to repiece and recreate the battlefield, if you like, to see how the onslaught or the attack happened. And over time, when we look at ourselves, you look backwards, you look at the present, and look to the future. So I hope that these objects around there have certain amount of meanings, because how much we associate the meanings with them.